And I am here representing an organization we call Wildlife Revealed. We are a nonprofit organization that travels throughout the land with all of our birds, and we present them not only for your entertainment, but most importantly, for your education. So I hope everyone has a chance to learn something here today.
It's like a kookaburra.
Before we get started, however, there are a few things I must ask of everyone. First of all, with the exception of the bird I'm holding here, the rest of our birds will be in free flight, and meaning no strings attached. So occasionally they may take low flights over the audience and amongst us all. So we simply ask, at no time should you reach up to pet the pretty birdies. They are meat eaters. These are finger foods. The second item, I like to point out that there are several perches around the back of the audience in addition to one on our stage. Please be advised that our birds do frequent these locations. They are fully flighted and do not always take the most direct path. So therefore we suggest that you keep your eye on the birdie. This way we will all know the appropriate moments to duck. And the last and most important request is if we have food items, most specifically, turkey legs. I would ask that you please place those out of sight during the program, for we have one bird in particular that has learned to identify the wrappers that turkey legs come served in. So I'd hate to see you pay for such an item to have it taken by a bird. And now that I have said this, are you ready to meet the birds? Well, I do have several birds for you, and the first sits right upon my hand. I always like to ask, do any of you know what these birds might be?
Kookaburra.
Kookaburra, that is correct. It's known as an Australian laughing kookaburra, and her name is Sheila. That's right. Now, as a kookaburra, this is the largest of the kingfishers, yet they are very different from most kingfishers for a few reasons. See, typically a kingfisher lives near water, and they eat things like fish. They're famous for diving underneath the surface to grab said fish. Yet kookaburras are different because they've had to adapt to different environments, and they've learned to eat different foods like mice, snakes, lizards, large insects, anything they can grab with their beak and swallow down whole. Yet it is not their eating habits that make them famous, it's their silly laughing call. So my idea is to see if I can get her to laugh and gain the attention of everyone down the lane. Maybe they'll join us for the program. And kookaburras, they love noise and excitement, so if I can get her to laugh, I can help encourage her through laughter, cheers, applause, or doing your own kookaburra impression. So, shall we give this a try? Yeah. All right. Ready, girl? Fortunate, not because she started laughing, but because she stopped. Earlier today, we got her going and she laughed through half of the program. So, as you can imagine, my neighbors, they love me. And you know, ever since the start of sound in television, radio, or even in the movies, people have recorded the sounds of kookaburras to reproduce jungle noises, even though kookaburras are found nowhere near the food reward when it does a behavior we desire. But also, we use the very same equipment, such as the leather glove upon my hand. It protects me from his powerful feet and sharp talons, or even the leather straps upon his ankles. They are known as jesses. They work sort of like a leash and collar on a dog. Allows us to gain control of our bird should we need to. All right, Jinx. Right back up here one more time, buddy. Hup, back up here, Jinx. Right up here. There we are. So let me ask you, what do you think of Jinx? Has he done well? It is time to send him home, and I wish to see if he will glide from the back perch all the way back into his door. So, Jinx, to the back, buddy. All right, let's see if this works. All right. Jinx, go home. Hup. Open the door, Christy. Wrong door. Hey, Jinx, your door's over here. Jinx, how about you come over here? Hup. Right here. That animal is already dead. It's been dead for some time. Right here, Jinx. Hup. Go home. Go home. Hey, God a perfect exit. Now, one of my other fairs, he goes into a door on the other side. But that explains it. So let's see here. The next bird I would like to introduce you to is different from the first two. For the hawk and the kookaburra are day-active type of predators. We refer to those as being diurnal. There are a set of raptors famous, though, for coming out at night. We refer to those as being nocturnal. So, who comes out at night? Who? That's right. I took that out of my dad's joke book. That's right, I'm feeling like that. I do have an owl for you. This is one of the largest species of owls on the planet, known as a Eurasian eagle owl, and his name is Romeo. All right, Romeo, right up here. Welcome, Romeo, to stage. Owls, they have traits that make them very different from the day-active predators, adaptations that let them hunt so well at night. Now, you may get a chance to see his gigantic orange eyes. And his eyes are about the same size as yours and mine, yet he can dilate them much more than humans can dilate ours. And we believe an owl like this can see as much as 100 times better than humans can at night. We've actually seen owls like this hunting for prey as small as a mouse from a football field away, using only starlight to see by. Yet, if they cannot see their prey, they can still find it with almost 100% accuracy. That is with their incredible hearing. There's a dark outline around the edge of his face. To the back, Romeo. To the back. There we go. And that dark outline, wow! Did any of you get that picture? You have a picture of the last thing a mouse sees before it dies. Good job. But you see, the dark outline is made of special feathers that help to funnel sound into huge ear openings on the side of his head, sort of like a satellite dish. This owl's hearing is so powerful, he can find that very same mouse under 2 feet of grass or snow and capture it without ever seeing it. All right, back up here, Romeo. Back up here, buddy. Look, right here. It's not like you said nah to anyone else. Romeo, back up here. There we are. They have another trick. Every time the owl flies over the audience, it looks like the audience does the inverse wave. Whoa! I should have warned you, if you duck, he only flies lower. So, but I want you to listen as he flaps his wings. Ignore that silly voice. See what you hear. Go ahead, Romeo. Go ahead. So as he flaps his wings, what do you hear?
Nothing.
Owls are capable of almost perfectly silent flight. That's because the edge of their feathers are very soft, and the top of their feathers actually have sort of a velvety coating. So when they flap their wings, they do not make loud flapping noises, or when feathers rub together, you don't hear rubbing or friction sounds. And the ability to fly quietly, Romeo, the ability to fly quietly. Hey, this way, buddy. Does it worry anybody else to keep staring in the woods where the squirrels are? Romeo, out to fly.
It's almost like you just know.
I feel like I'm arguing with this owl. Fly, Melanie.
Romeo must
Pretty
go
bird
too.
right there, everyone. Thinking about it, that they can fly quietly. He looked at me to say no that time.
Yeah.
So the owl's ability to sit there quietly allows them to sneak up on a wide variety of prey, including animals that hear as well as they do. But more importantly, they can listen as they flap their wings and actually are actively flying and hunting. There we are. And that funny voice that you hear, that's not what you expect an owl to sound like, is it? You see, that's the voice of a baby eagle owl begging their parents for food. Romeo here is 12 years old. He is not a baby. He is, though, what we call an imprint. To make a long story short, he doesn't really know he's an owl. He thinks he's a person. And anytime I am around, he sees me as dad, as the case may be, and he's always begging for food. So back up here, Romeo. There we are. So let me ask you, though, what do you think of Romeo? Isn't he impressive?
He's not going to land on you, and if he does,
Well, it is time to send him home. This bird has more than a 4-foot wingspan. We're asking him to fly into a door that's only about not quite 2 feet wide. So sometimes it takes a bit of coaxing, but we'll give it a shot. And I wish to see if he'll fly from the back. So to the back. All right, let's see if this works. Fair warning, he has to glide across the audience to get here. All right, buddy. All right, eat your treat. It's probably under your toe. You notice how he stretches up on his tippy toes to look for the food? That's because owls are farsighted. They can't focus very well on their own feet, and so they'll sometimes stretch up trying to find that treat. All right, look over here, Romeo. Weep. I'm over here. All right, here we go. Romeo, go home. Romeo. All right, tell you what. Hey, no, you have to turn around this way. Romeo, would you do it for 2 Mises pieces? 1, 2. Uno, dos. I'm Schwei. Dry? Who are you? Is German agent? Look, eat your knee. Turn around, keep turning. Oh, there we go. All the way. Wait for it. Nicely done! Running out of languages. So let's see here. Now, that worked rather well. So the next bird I have for you is different from all the others to this point, for I have shared with you actual predators because the birds catch and kill their own food. Their next bird, however, is different because it is a scavenger. Likes to find animals that are already dead. Any guesses?
Vulture.
Vulture, you are correct. I have a vulture for you. And this is the bird that is so famous for sometimes running up and down the aisles looking for leftover turkey legs. And fair warning, at one of our programs yesterday, she found not 1 but 2 turkey legs in the very same show. Every single show since then, she's gone back to check. So if she comes up close to you, she's not out to get anyone, she's just looking for leftovers. And having said that, I would like everyone to meet our vulture. Her name is Ziggy. All right, Ziggy, right up here, girl. There really is a vulture in there. There she is. Welcome, Ziggy. Vultures need love, too. Ziggy here is a black vulture. You notice the black body? The bald black head and sort of white fingertips on the end of her wings. Back up here, Ziggy. And you see, Ziggy, get up here, Ziggy. Get back up here. We're not starting this already. Ziggy.
Yep. She's on the hunt.
Look alive, everyone.
Look alive.
That did not take long.
Don't look dead. Yep.
She found some turkeys somewhere in that area on the benches. Well, just get comfortable right here with your new buddy. Ziggy, leave that gentleman alone. He's not dead. He just smells that way. Come on. Ziggy, oh, no. Give me that plate back. Ziggy, here. Look, back up here. Out that way. Back to stick. No. Come on, Ziggy. Oh, this has been a long day. Thank you, Dave. All right. Toss me a vulture here. All right. Come here. Right here, Ziggy. Right here, too.
Good job, Ziggy.
Get on stage. Keep going. Oh, my goodness. This is not meant to be a comedy act, Ziggy. Keep going. We don't eat marshmallows either. So, come on, look. All these treats right here on the perch. Vultures, though, it is their job to find the dead animals and eat them, so they have features that let them stay clean and healthy, like the bald head. Serves an important purpose, because vultures might stick that head and neck inside a dead animal, and so they'll be covered with leftover food and bacteria. But it's very brave how some of you tried to hide behind the children as the vultures. No, Ziggy! Oh my goodness.
Back down.
So just keep herding her this way, Melanie. She can run up the front. Now, you see, there we go. That'll work too. But they also have an amazing immune system, and their droppings have very little disease. Keep going. Let's get out of the way, kids. Run, princess! Ziggy. She's eating more marshmallows, isn't she? Now, you see, they do have an amazing immune system, and their stomach acid is so powerful, it can break down the cell wall of different virus and bacteria, literally digesting it. And that way, that means a disease that goes in one end doesn't come out the other. All right, let's see if she'll fly to the back perch. Probably fly to the back perch and walk back to stage. Also, you'll notice a few other traits. She has very broad wings. Ziggy, I see you scope in the audience. Ziggy, get up here. Oh my goodness. Why does the audience enjoy it so much when the birds give me a hard time?
She's
You
walking.
see, she has broad wings built for soaring. And also, I can always tell where the vulture is by all the knees going up there. Keep going, Ziggy.
Oh, there she
Keep going.
is. I know.
Her beak is different. It's long and skinny, and it's better for reaching inside the dead animal. And also, keep going, Ziggy. All the way up here. Come on. Keep Ziggy. 30-minute program, bird. Oh, did she find something? No. Come on, Ziggy. Oh, more paper. There's no turkey leg hidden in that one. Someone beat you to it. Come on, Ziggy. Hey, look, it looks like two old buzzards fighting over a turkey leg. You see, her feet are also different. Her claws are rather dull. Ziggy, you have wings for a reason. Use them. Her beak is long and skinny for reaching inside the dead animal, and it lets her feed without getting as messy. And also, her feet are different. Her claws are dull, and her feet are better made for walking, as she's shown us. And they're so weak that they can't even grip to pick up something as light as a feather. You assume, though, that vultures, they don't really need strength in their feet because their food doesn't run away from them very often. Right, Ziggy, back to stage. Come on, Ziggy, back to stage. Ziggy, you see her looking at the audience. Get up here, walk, run, whatever. Come on. Yes, master. Yes, master. Keep going. Oh my goodness. So let me ask, what do you say for Ziggy? You do understand you're applauding her bad behavior, right? Sometimes I forget where I am. That's right. Well, don't let her fool you. This is a very intelligent bird. You've heard people say crows and ravens are smart. Vultures are very smart too. She's smart enough to know as long as she's on stage, she can earn more food rewards or find leftovers in the audience. And she also knows if she goes in that door, her part in the show is over. It means no more free food. So we've had to start putting extra treats inside. So I wish to see if we can get her to go from the back perch back into her door. I don't know if this will work. We'll give it a try. So to the back. Duck or vulture. All right. Ziggy, go home, Ziggy. Look, all of this extra Mises pieces. Their turkey leg. Come on, Ziggy. Look, all of this. Give in to peer pressure. Wait for it. Oh my goodness. I know the middle of that didn't go as planned, but I still consider it a very successful flight. But you must understand, here at the falconry program where we free fly birds, I measure success differently than everyone else. Because if I end the show with the same number of birds I started with, it was a successful program. So once again, I think she's too smart. And let's see here. I do have another bird I can try to fly. What do you say? Should we fly another bird? The way this show's going, you can't promise anything. But I do have another bird to fly.
Damn, my
I always
nerves,
like to ask,
Michael.
do any of you know what the fastest animal on the planet is?
Peregrine falcon.
Cheetah? This is a bird show. The falcon, thank you. The cheetah's the fastest land animal. And it reaches speeds of around 70 miles an hour. However, the answer I was looking for was the peregrine falcon. And peregrines have been clocked in dives in excess of 244 miles an hour, making the fastest animal on the planet. And you are in luck. I do have a falcon to fly. However, this is not a peregrine, but it is a very special little bird. It is known as an oplomado falcon. And our oplomado falcon's name is Vegas. We welcome Vegas as well. Do not be fooled by her size. This is an impressive little bird. I hope to demonstrate that here in a moment. Now, the way I intend to do this is by what we call lure flying. Now, lure flying is basically a game of keep away that the falcon always eventually wins. Here in my hand, what we call a lure. It's a fake leather bird. It has a food reward attached to it. Vegas has been trained to attack this like she might attack prey in the wild. Now, historically speaking, this is how a falconer would exercise his bird, keep it healthy and ready for the hunt. But in our case, it allows me to show off a bit of their speed, agility, and skill. However, flying a Falcon on the stage where I stand has proven very tricky for several reasons. Now, first of all, the building is very close, and I can't really fly her safely or efficiently where I stand. So what I am going to do is walk towards the back of the audience where we have more open air. Now, don't worry, everyone that's seated can see just fine because the action takes place up above our heads. Also, it's been breezy today. A little bird like this has to work harder to fly in the wind. And also, being migration season, there is a very large distraction with all the wild birds. And at one of my programs about 2 weeks ago, during the presentation, she took off chasing a pair of doves. So this show might get exciting real quick. Boy, some of you are bloodthirsty. No, fortunately, she did not catch them. You really are bloodthirsty. Goodness. So, at least it wasn't turkey legs, right? No, I'm willing to give her a shot. What do you think? Should we let her fly? It's always easy for the audience to say yes. She takes off chasing birds. You're not the ones playing hide and go Falcon. But that's right. Let's see if this works. Okay, put you up on the perch. And I've learned if I put her on that perch and fly her in this direction, the aisleway makes a good runway to build up speed, and there's lots of open air. So let's see if this works. All right, girl, here we go. Ha! Really? I think that Falcon just gave me the bird. Let's try this again. Hey, all right, Vegas, up, 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 ha, ha. Fastest animal on the planet right there, everyone. Come on, Vegas. Oh, getting her attention. You're getting hungry. Getting very hungry. Get it. Oh. There we go. Now, notice how her wings take her right on a perch in the tree. We got time for a pit stop, yeah. All right, a little bit better spot. Use that altitude. Let's go there. Vegas, they can go anywhere and see a bird sit in a tree. Let's go. There we are. Now, again, her wings are long, narrow, pointed, and sort of swept back. The swept back pointed wings have less drag. Oh, I lost her. Sorry. Well, there she is. Oh! She beat me fair and square. Give her a hand if you could. You didn't plan that the whole time.
Michael.
She beat me fair and square. You know what? I'm going to see if I can get her to do this right. What do you think? Should we give it a second try? Give me a second try. I'm not curious. I'm curious to see if we can do this. So what we're going to do is jump her right up here to the glove. We give her an extra treat for doing that. And I'm going to start this over and see if I can make it work. Now, she did beat me fair and square, and I lost sight of her in the sun. I couldn't see
Not
where
right
she was
now.
coming from. That's actually a way that falcons will hunt, is to put their sun to their back, to dive out of the sun, so their prey can't see them coming. All right, let's see if this works. Beat me once. All right. Just let's this show. All right, let's go, girl. All right.
What?
Now, again, though, the wings are right in the same tree. She says, "Hey, this worked last time. I'm going to do it again." Now, the wings though are long, narrow, pointed, and swept back. Swept back, pointed wings. Come on, girl. Thinking about it. All right, now, again, her wings are different, and the pointed wings have less drag or less air friction, so they don't slow down nearly as much when they dive. But also, she has a very long tail that she will use as a rudder to steer and maneuver. And the long tail means more surface area. Hope everyone enjoyed the Falcon. She comes. The tail has more surface area, so she can make precise turns at high rates of speed. If you've ever wondered why falcons have to be fast, it's because they catch and eat other birds. And the hunting style of falcon, there she is. And it's the hunting style again, moving 1,000 feet in the air, wait for prey to fly underneath. And when they spot it, they'll tuck their wings and dive bomb, impacting the prey in midair, usually killing, if not stunning it, and knocking it to the ground. And you notice She keeps pitching up higher and higher. She uses that altitude to gain more speed as she dives. And so the faster she dives through, the quicker I have to twirl the lure. And it also means that I have to spin out of her way quicker. And I just realize I'm wearing a kilt. All right, Vegas. We have to do this until everyone applauds. If I was out hunting, I would want to retrieve the prey for myself. If I reach down there and take it from it, what are you doing? Hiding? I'm making this difficult. And I would want to retrieve. I don't like the idea of a predatory bird underneath my kilt. Trade her that piece of food to keep our trust relationship. So one more time, let's hear it for Vegas. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Wildlife Revealed. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are dedicated to the education and the preservation of our planet's wildlife. If you enjoy our message and enjoy our birds, would like to help us help the environment, then we have donation boxes on the purchase, donation baskets for myself and all the apprentices. All the money we raise goes to help support our education efforts to take care of our animals and better obedience training for the vulture. And only